Is it a case of nerves, growing pains, or plain ineptness? That is the question as President William Ruto's cabinet secretaries stumble in their pronouncement as they set out to execute the duties of their new offices. A number of cabinet secretaries in office for only 2 weeks now have made and walked back controversial pronouncements. Let's get more from our very own Brenda Wanga.
The cabinet true and faithful counsellor.
The bulk of the cabinet secretaries are first-time holders of the various offices they swore to serve in, and true to the orders from the appointing authority, they have hit the ground running, keen to deliver on their mandates. But in that rush to get the job done, a number of the CSs are landing themselves in hot soup over the pronouncements.
Thank you.
Education CS Ezekiel Machogu is still smarting from a case of foot in the mouth. On Saturday, he caused a storm in the higher education sector over the financing of this sector.
And we are encouraging that they must generate their own revenue, because the exchequer, as it is now, is not going to be able to continue funding more.
And on Tuesday, 3 days later, he was singing a different tune altogether.
Even the cost-cutting measures that are being undertaken with other sectors of the economy, for education, all the funds as allocated by Parliament are ring-fenced. What we are saying is that we can also explore other ways of generating income.
His about turn coming hot on the heels of yet another walkback of statements by a CS. Aisha Juma of Public Service had sensationally promised public servants pay rises. She said, and I quote, "The public service is demoralized in matters salary and other benefits, and I think in my 100 days in office, I will initiate the process to increase salaries of the public servants," end of quote. That was on the 1st of November. A day later, the story had changed.
Tutareview, ikiwa hela zipo, mambo yatafanyika. Ikiwa zipo, tutaweka, tukingoja mambo yakijipa, then hizo vitu lazima zifanyike.
The new health CS, Susan Nakumicha, also suffered a similar fate when she attempted to show the disparities in pay for staffers in the health ministry.
Kenya is a country where interns earn more than the actual doctors when they are deployed. For example, a medical intern earns close to 200,000, while when a new doctor is reporting in public, they are earning 104,000.
Claims that were instantly shot down by professionals in the industry who poked holes in her statements for what they said was inaccuracy. The Trade CS and his transport counterpart have also had to revise their stance on matters to do with the importation and trade in second-hand clothes, with Moses Kuria first saying Kenya would ban the Mtumba trade once they were viable alternatives, but walked back the remarks a day later, saying the ban will not be affected, but the trade will be made less competitive.
And as I promised, I'm going to make the agreement public anytime soon, so that the people of Kenya can be able to read and understand the contents of that agreement.
The Transport CS's promise also came a cropper, with what he released criticized for failing to meet the threshold of the public's expectations. But perhaps the most controversial doublespeak came from the near top of the country's leadership. Even before the formation of the cabinet, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua starred a hornet's nest with his stand on farming within forests.
Hii serikali ni yenu. Tumetoa order. Wananchi wapewe nafasi walime msitu. Ndio tuongeze chakula kwa Kenya hii.
Days later, he claimed that his statements were taken out of context. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.